That's what she said. And talk of people like that.
Koyin like that. What's Koyin like that?
Something.
Maybe because Dede is not around. Because Dede is not around.
Even before they left, they've not been talking.
Who like Dede? Oh.
It took me to where they had misunderstanding.
Who's that? Who like Dede?
BBNaija fam, welcome back. Today's gist, I am not going to hear it alone. You must hear it along with me, right? And this season, the amazing thing is that this season is just refusing to slow down. Before you turn left, something new has happened. Before you turn right, another new thing has happened. Every day, new plots, new secrets, new alliances, new strategies are popping up like popcorn in Biggie's kitchen. Today, we are diving deep into two heavy layers of drama. One, the tangled triangle of Kola, Imisi, Koyin, Isabella, and Dede, ships breaking, backup plans forming, and even a pool party in the works. Two is the explosive diary sessions from Sultana and Faith, lies, confessions, and Biggie cutting things short after more than an hour of straight up chaos. So grab your seat because for the next few minutes we are unpacking the gist behind the gist. Every motive, every strategy, every crack in the house. Are you ready? Let's roll. So picture this. Kola, who's not on speaking terms with Koyin or Isabella, is suddenly asking Imisi about them. Random? Nope. Strategic? Absolutely. Kola and Koyin fell out after whispers of Dede and Koyin being too close. Add to that, tension with Isabella after the big Soso and Doris drama. So why care now? Because in Biggie's house, silence is never neutral. It's either strategy or survival. So now Kola is sniffing around Imisi, who happens to be Isabella's ally. So it shows he's trying to get back into the loop. He wants to get some information from Imisi. But you see, don't be deceived by the way Kola is whispering and using small voice to talk. It's not small talk, it's Kola asking, where do I stand in this shifting chessboard? And fans can see that he's restless, and that's why social media is buzzing. Some say it's jealousy, others say it's desperation, but one thing is clear. Kola doesn't like being left out of the plot. He wants to know exactly where he stands with Koyin, where he stands with Dede, and where he stands with Isabella. Meanwhile, Dede, before the secret room, Dede and Koyin were already clashing. Now, she's sort of cozying up to Kola like the tension never existed. And Kola is kind of caught off guard, but I mean, he's enjoying it. So everybody's asking, is Dede playing smart by flipping alliances so fast, or is this just an emotional whiplash? From the outside, it looks like Kola is her backup, her safety net while she regroups. But in BBNaija, backup plans, can become power plays at the end of the day. And in the midst of all the whispers, surfacing online, the kicker here is that Kola doesn't even realize how deep Dede's pivot is. Dede also is not aware of all the other conversations that have been happening while she was in the secret room. So it's just looking like strategy on both sides. And the lines between all these issues is so blurry. Everybody's just playing a game. Now, while that triangle is heating up, Koyin and Isabella are cooking something entirely different. A pool party, that's what they're cooking up. And listen, in BBNaija, pool parties are not just about water. They're about vibes, visibility, and viral moments. Like, a lot goes down with all those pool parties. So this duo now, they are teaming up after weeks of tension. It is not a coincidence. It's a strategic power move, power play. It signals we don't need the old alliances. We can create our own spotlight. So imagine the clips, the music, the laughter, the swimsuit energy suddenly trending. And that's how housemates usually reposition themselves. So if Dede is suddenly shifting back to Kola, and then Koyin and Isabella uniting, I mean, some balance is being shaken already in the whole house. Things are about to get more interesting. And pool parties, they look fun on camera, but underneath, they are silent campaigns. Remember that at the end of the day, fans are still going to vote who they want to stay and who they want to be evicted. So what does all this mean? Let's even look at the bigger picture here. Kola, he's there searching for relevance, caught between old beefs and new bonds, asking questions that I personally feel he shouldn't even bother asking and should just watch things unfold. But then again, I really can't blame him. He's probably just worried because he wants to know where he stands, so he knows how to react and probably how to comport himself. Dede, on the other hand, is playing flexible, but could lose credibility if the housemate feel she's inconsistent. But then time will tell. Now, Koyin, on the other hand, and Isabella, plotting visibility through vibes, their transactional relationship, it risks making them targets if others see them as manipulators. So in the house, everyone is watching, waiting, calculating, and doing everything possible to make sure they don't get evicted. So Biggie's chessboard just shifted again. That's the truth. And it keeps shifting and shifting in ways we cannot even imagine. And the next eviction, it could completely redraw the entire map of season 10. Now, if you are thinking in your mind that the house dynamics are pretty messy, wait until you hear what went down in the diary room. Sultana, Faith, Thelma, the rest of the house, the drama just spilled over. In fact, the most disappointing was Sultana. And Biggie himself had to pull the plug. But let's break it down. First of all, the one that even annoyed me is Sultana spent over 1 hour, please, saying what for 1 hour in the diary session, only for Biggie to abruptly cut her off. Because in the talk self, it was not straight. This girl was just lying and lying. Is it that she has forgotten that people are even watching her? She was lying, and as far as me I'm concerned, when you tell such lies, you are losing credibility, not even just in the house. Some of the things these people are doing is still going to stick on them negatively even after they have left the house. So in the process of trying to make yourself relevant, you just really need to be wise. Anyway, she sat there insisting, I'm not one to body shame, knowing fully well she's guilty of doing just that. And trust me, the fans are not buying it. It's obvious. Everybody knows that she was lying. Right? So the irony is that, the longer she talked, the less believable she became. And when Biggie himself said that used to even support her had to end it, we all knew that something wasn't adding up. And it's not just bad optics, it's bad character exposure. Sultana may just have burned through trust both inside and outside the house. Then we move on to Faith. Trust me, this guy is just impressing me more and more every day. Initially, I didn't really see so much fuzz about him, but now I'm beginning to see the reason why he has so many fans and why people like him, and why recently more and more people are rooting for him, from maturity to the way he carries himself to the way he speaks intelligently. I'm personally impressed, and not just because he's a doctor here, but it just shows that he's got some stuff, right? And his own session took a totally different turn. He kind of, not straightforward, but it was obvious that he's even tired of being head of house. And it's a position that it looks like he wasn't interested in anymore. And he also confessed that he was missing Joana. So I think a lot of things are just generally stressing him out. Calling her someone who understands him. He feels like she doesn't judge him. And that soft moment is very revealing, and he was able to connect with quite a number of people, when you're sharing your feelings in that way. But strategically though, Faith's choices are raising eyebrows. Fans believe he deliberately picked challengers who would make it easier to hand over the head of house reign. And that's not laziness, that's calculation. Some think he just was being wicked and set a trap and fell into his own trap. No, I personally feel he was being strategic. And another thing is, you can't fool BBNaija fans. They clock everything. But the truth is, like I always say, time will tell the real reasons why people make some certain decisions. So now, Thelma is head of house. And while she's grateful to Faith for the selection, not like she ever really liked Faith, but it looks like they're getting along to an extent. Well, now there's a truce. Don't be fooled though. They don't really like each other. And Thelma is very outspoken, she's very competitive, and she's blunt. So quite a number of us are nervous about the possibility of Faith trying to form an alliance with her. Like, we don't trust it. And frankly, Thelma herself might not even either. But here's the twist. Sometimes, and this thing has happened to me, personally. Enemies make the strongest alliance. The strongest alliances. They can clash, and they can pull off ultimate surprise team up. That's part of the suspense, really. Enemies can become friends, and friends can become enemies. These things happen all the time.
That's what this space is all about, okay?
To be liking this everything.
I think she can't control her own emotions. She's not in control of
She
her.
needs a man to stand
I think everybody can abstain from some certain things. You understand? She doesn't have the emotional capacity to hold on to something. And it's fine.
So let's step back and look at the whole board briefly. Kola, Dede, Koyin, Isabella were resorting alliances in plain sight. Sultana just tanked her credibility with that dairy session and her lies. Faith is exhausted emotionally, but still very much a player, still very much focused. And Thelma now holds power, and her next moves will echo throughout the entire house. But this isn't just daily gist. It's the setup for the season's mid-game battles. Every pool party, every diary session, every new alliance, it's strategy disguised as vibes. These people are intelligent. They know exactly what they are doing. So BBNaija fam, I'll throw it to you. Is Kola genuinely interested in where Koyin and Isabella stand, or just fishing for relevance? Is Dede's cozying up a smart pivot or emotional rebound? And will the Koyin Isabella pool party shift attention or backfire? And finally, Faith and Thelma, clash or alliance? I'd like you to drop your hot takes below. I'm reading every single one. Make sure you subscribe, share, and hit the bell icon, because tomorrow, the ladies are out now. So another twist is guaranteed. This is BBNaija. The drama writes itself, but we will be right here breaking it down. Stay locked, and I'll see you in the next one.